welcome to my channel. My name is Emmanuel Cyprian. In this video, I want to quickly share with you the newly updated ISC2 CAP certification exam outline. So I want to quickly share that with you and let you understand what are the new changes that was introduced into this CAP certification exam. So according to their website, the CAP exam outline will take effect August 15, 2021, meaning that this newly updated outline, the exam will be based on this newly updated outline as from August 15, 2021. So what are the things, what are the changes that has been made into this CAP exam outline? So let's quickly look at at them in this video. Here, the CAP exam information remains the same. That is, the length of the exam is for 3 hours. Number of questions is 125 questions with multiple choices. The passing grade is 700 out of 1,000 points, and then it's in English language. You've got to go to testing centers such as the Pearson VUE Testing Center to take the exam. So this remains the same. Now these are where some of the changes begin. This is the weight, this is the CAP examination weight, and then the domain. Now as you can see here that the domain has changed. As you can see here that the domain has changed. We have domain 1, it still maintains the Information Security Risk Management Program. The weight is 16%. Domain 2 is scope of the information system. The weight is 11%. Selection and approval of security and privacy controls, which carries 15%. Implementation of security and privacy control carries 16%. Assessment/audit of security and privacy control 16%. Authorization/approval of information system 10%. And then we have the continuous monitoring, which is domain 7, 16%. So this is the weight assigned to each of the domains. So let's look at each of the domain, what is contained under each. Domain 1 says Information Security Risk Management Program. This still maintain the former name. It's still the same domain like the previous one. And under here, under this domain 1, you have to understand the foundation of an organization, Information Security Risk Management Program. You have to understand risk management program process. You have to understand regulatory and legal requirements. So all of that is contained in domain 1, and such as the SDLC, the information system boundary, security control and practices, select programs management control, privacy requirements, and then legal requirements, which is the such as FedRAM, FISMA, GDPR, HIPAA. So all of that is contained in domain 1, which you are expected to familiarize yourself with if you are taking the CAP certification exam. Domain 2 talks about, they have renamed this domain to be called scope of the information system. Previously it was called categorization, but now they call it scope of information system. And what is contained under this domain 2? 1, you have to define the information system, meaning that determine the scope of the system, describe the architecture, describe information system purpose and function, and then you need to determine categorization of the information system. So under that, you identify the information type that is stored, processed, or transmitted by the system, determine the impact level on confidentiality, integrity, and availability, and then determine information system categorization and document your result. So this is one of the domains that the name have changed. It is now called scope of information system. It contains categorization. That is domain 2. Domain 3 is now called selection and approval of security and privacy controls. Now you see the CAP is ISC square is adding privacy control. ISC square is adding approval into domain 3. You still have to select. So under this domain 3, it says you have to identify and document baseline and inherited controls, select and tailor controls to the system, develop continuous monitoring strategy, and then review and approve security plan, information security management system. So if you look at NIST 837 revision 2, it's aligned with this. Now let's look at domain 4. Domain 4 here talks about implementation of security and privacy controls. So under this domain 4, you should familiarize yourself with implement selected controls, document control implementation. So this also aligns with NIST 837 revision 2. Domain 5 is talking about assessment / audit of security and privacy control. Now there is an addition to this domain. It says audit. They've added the word audit, and like I've been saying in my previous videos, assessment and audit is the same thing. All we are doing here, we are assessing or we are auditing IT controls. So ISC square is trying to blend or make it more with commercial organization, not too much based or reliance on federal agencies. So you can apply this NIST 837 revision 2 to commercial organizations as well. So that's why they're adding here audit. So assessment, audit of security and privacy control. So under this domain 5, we have prepare for assessment or audit, conduct assessment or audit, prepare the initial assessment or audit. So this is there is a continuation to domain 5. So let's see the continuation of domain 5. So we have here review initial assessment or audit report and perform remediation action. Develop final assessment or audit report. Develop remediation plan. So these are the 6 items under domain 5, which is the assessment / audit of security and privacy controls. Domain 6 is talking about authorization / approval of information system. Now there is also an addition to this domain, the word approval. So which means here this is where the system is approved or authorized. If it is a federal agency, it is authorized. If it's a commercial organization, they use approval. So under this domain 6, it says here compile security and privacy authorization or approval documents, and then determine information system risk. Authorize or approve information system. So here you can see under the determine information system risk, they're saying evaluate information system risk, determine risk treatment options such as accept, avoid, transfer, mitigate, or share, and then determine residual risk. So this is what domain 6 is talking about, which is authorization / approval of information system. And then we have domain 7, which is the last domain. It's talking about continuous monitoring. It maintains the same name from the former outline. So here it says determine impact of changes to information system and environment, perform ongoing assessment / audit based on organizational requirements, review supply chain risk analysis monitoring activities such as cyber threat report, agency report, news reports, actively participate in response planning and communication of cyber events, revise monitoring strategies based on changes to industry developments introduced through legal, regulatory, supplier, security, and privacy updates, keep designated officials updated about the risk posture for continuous authorization or approval, and then decommission information system. So these are the newly updated 7 domain of the ISC2 Certified Authorization Professional Exam Outline, which will take effect August 21st, 2021. So let's look at frequently asked questions that ISC2 has put on their website. Let's look at the frequency asked questions and the overall changes that happened. So here is the overall changes that happened. This is the current domain and their weight. This is the new domain. So the current domain, this is the name. The new domain, effective August 15, 2021. You see, Information Security Risk Management Program. The same, but the weight changed from 15% to 16%. Domain 2, previously, which is currently called Categorization of Information System, has changed to Scope of Information System. So the domain reduced. It was previously 13%, is now 11% weight. And then domain 3 is currently called Selection of Security Controls, but the new updated outline domain name is called Selection and Approval of Security and Privacy Controls. So the weight has increased from 13% to 15%. And here we have for domain 4, Implementation of Security Controls. And now it's called Implementation of Security and Privacy Controls. It is now 16% weight. Domain 5 is Assessment of Security Control. Now it is called Assessment/Audit of Security and Privacy Control with 16% weight. Domain 6, Authorization of Information System, is now called Authorization/Approval of Information System. The weight has reduced to 10%. And then lastly, domain 7, Continuous Monitoring, the same as Continuous Monitoring. The weight remains the same, 16%. So what are some of the frequently asked questions that ISC Square put on their website? Let's look at that. 1. It said, why are changes being made to the CAP exam? It says ISC has an obligation to its members to maintain the relevancy of its credentials. These enhancements are the result of a rigorous methodical process that ISC2 follows to routinely update its credential exam. This process ensures that the examination and the subsequent continuous professional education requirement encompasses the topic area relevant to the roles and responsibilities of today's practicing information security professional. Second question, how is the CAP exam changing? It says here, the answer, the content of the CAP has been refreshed to reflect the most pertinent issues that authorization security professional currently faces, along with the best practices for mitigating those issues. Some topics have been updated while others have been realigned. The result is an exam that most accurately reflects the technical and practical security risk management knowledge required by practitioners in pursuit of information system authorization to support an organization's mission and operation in accordance with legal and regulatory requirements. And then the next question says, why do domains for ISC2 credential exam change? Domains change because it is a reflection of a change in the knowledge, skill, and ability as indicated by experts through the job task analysis process. And then it says, when will these changes go into effect? The examination will update on August 15, 2021. That's when this new examination will focus on this new update. And then it says, in what language will the refreshed CAP exam be available? Refreshed CAP exam will be available in English only. Will this change the number of questions or the time required to take the CAP exam? No. The CAP exam will have the same number of items and the time required to take the exam will be the same, which is 125 questions for 3 hours. Question: if I have been studying for CAP exam with materials that focuses on the current domains, Will I be sufficiently prepared to take the new exam without additional studies? Answer: ISC 2 exams are experience-based that include experience-based questions that cannot be learned by studying alone. If you already have the experience in the domains covered in CAP and believe that you have sufficiently studied those domains, you should feel comfortable, that you are qualified to take the new exam and pass it. Question: do these updates affect experience requirement for CAP? No. For the CAP, a candidate is required to have a minimum of 2 years cumulative work experience in one or more of the 7 domains of the CAP Common Book of Knowledge. And then lastly, what impact do these changes have on ISC 2 training materials? The official ISC 2 CAP training course will be available on August 15, 2021. So these are the changes that have been made on the exam outline for certified authorization professional. For details of these and more, please visit their website to read it, to download it for yourself. Now, if you are looking for someone to prepare you for this exam, please, you can reach out to me. I have numerous, videos on my channel which focuses on the CAP certification exam preparation. I'll put the link of that video in the description of this video so you can easily go there and then go and check it out. They could be useful for you in preparing for the CAP certification exam. If this video is helpful, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to like this video. Put in your comments. If you have any comments, please, I would love to share knowledge with you guys, and then share this video with your friends, with your family, in your group. Share it with them. Lastly, turn on your notification button so that whenever I put in new content, you will be one of those to be notified. Thank you very much.